This is going to be Michael, the Cavapoo. He's super happy to be here. He was born August 6th, so that makes him about 11 weeks old. He's going to be estimated between 11 and 17 pounds. He's currently 5.4, so he's a little guy. His mom was a Cavapoo, and his dad is a mini poodle. So something special about Michael is he's actually an F1B, which means he's 3-part poodle and 1-part cavalier, which is what F1B means. Yeah, Michael, come on, Michael, go hang out.
All right. And I will introduce our Cavalier baby here. This is Mr. Chet. He is a purebred, so his mom and dad were both Cavaliers. He is estimated to be 13 to 20 pounds full grown, currently 4.5 pounds. Say hi. He's our calm little lap baby today.
Oh, he's sweet. If you're looking for a lap dog,
Yes,
he's content there.
he is.
Looks like Michael wants to play a little bit more.
Okay.
He's sweet. Perfect. Well, since we're going to be talking about trainer tips, if you have any questions, please feel free to send them over. I guess the first thing we can talk about is, let's see. I mean, first you pick your puppy up, you get in the car. You know, you have a hour ride home, you have a 4-hour ride home. You know, people come from all over, and one of the main concerns is our first topic can be about car sickness, which is very, very common in young puppies. It's just like kids. They can grow out of car sickness. They're just very prone to car sickness at this age. And so what we can try to do to help ease that car sickness for that first ride home is usually holding off on food probably about an hour before a car ride is really going to help. Typically, if you feed them right before a car ride, or even if you feed them during a car ride, it can actually make them a little bit more nauseous. So holding off on food till you get home is perfect. Another tip is opening the windows. So cracking the windows open a little bit. It actually equalizes the pressure in the car, helps kind of soothe that nausea feeling for them. What you can also do is those dog car seats or those dog car baskets. I would put it propped up mostly in the back in the middle. If you can raise it up, that's ideal. That way they can see out the window or in front of them, which helps that nausea. But that's an ideal place for you and your pup while bringing them home. So those are some kind of ways to help ease that nausea they may feel on their first car ride home. Yes. Hi, Michael. You're very sweet.
Is car sickness something that puppies get used to as they get older?
They grow out of it like kids. Most of them do. I mean, it's always the possibility that some of them don't, just like us. You know, adults can have motion sickness too. But yes, it's something to do with the development of their inner ear canals.
For their balance.
Yes,
Got
exactly. So obviously puppies are a little off balance and goofy during this age, just like a toddler. So yes, there is always the potential that they will grow out of it.
Got it. Got it.
Hi, Michael, that's my shoe. What's that?
Michael's a spunky baby.
He's fun. He's sweet. Very sweet. You want to play? Yeah. Oh. Hi, baby.
You want to make a friend?
Yeah, let's try. One of the common questions I get to, puppies like Cavapoos and Cavaliers, they're so great with kicks. And one of the common questions that I get is, my puppy is biting my kids, but they're not biting me. That's very, very common. Puppies actually look at kids as litter mates, and they can play and fight and bite just like siblings, exactly like siblings would do. And so, yes, a puppy, if you're the adult, feeding them, training them, taking them for walks, basic care, they're going to look up at you like a leader. Kids, they want to run around, they want to play, they want to get on the floor, they have, fun fingers, which is fun for a puppy. They like to chase, it's just a hard, for a kid to almost be put in a leadership role. Let's say you have a 3-year-old, they can't teach your puppy how to sit. Yeah. But what they can do is you can help put them in leadership roles. You can have them set food down at meal times, which helps show your puppy that they're above them. Setting down food food comes from somebody above me. That's a really great way to have your kids involved. While you're out on a leash walk, have them hold the leash and give them a treat, for walking next to them. Something like a simple training session puts you above your puppy. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just important to always monitor, kids and puppy play. That way it's always safe. But yes, kids and puppies will always look at kids as litter mates. And so just something simple as setting down the meal at mealtime will be very beneficial.
I'm looking at these two guys and they are so different.
They are different.
How do you deal with that, like in training, like the personality difference? Like you have some that are confident, wide open, and others that are just like, I'm good if you just hold me. We can cuddle all day.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that in training?
Absolutely. It has a lot to do with breed traits too. And sometimes, those breed traits really come into play with training. But what we're doing in training is we're actually growing confidence. And so if we see a puppy that's super shy in a group setting, we'll do more one-on-one sessions with them to help build their confidence and be comfortable around puppies, not in a big socialization class, but maybe one-on-one, so he can see that it's not overwhelming and it's also really fun. What helps too, a really cool tip, if your puppy is nervous in a different room, but is confident somewhere else, start feeding their meals in that different room. Food's a positive association, and it's going to help build confidence in that room if they're getting fed in it. Oh, this room brings my meal. It brings treats. It brings food. It's going to help them become more comfortable in this space. Yeah.
All right. And it looks like we got some questions coming in now.
Perfect.
So, Sarah asks, do you guys train all puppies that are up for adoption?
We can. Yeah. So any breed that we have here can be put in our training program. It's really, if you want that kind of pre-training before they go home, I mean, anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, we will do golden doodles, bernedoodles, cavapoos, cavaliers, teddy bears. We do them all.
And then we have Dan. He wants to know the easiest and hardest puppies to train.
Oh, that's such a good question. Oh, that's so funny. I think Shizus or teddy bears, they can be a little stubborn just because of their personality. They are so sweet and so fun and so spunky. Pretty easygoing family dogs, but sometimes because they're a little sassy, that makes them a little bit stubborn. I mean, they're smart, but if they don't want to work, they don't want to work. And that's okay. I don't want to force them, but I would say it's probably one of my more difficult breeds. Easiest breed, golden doodle. For sure. I mean, you've got a mini poodle that's incredibly smart, and then you've got a golden retriever that's just eager to please and happy and wants to love. So they want to do what you're asking. They're a fun breed to train.
I love it. Yes. Sarah asked, how big do they get? So Chet here, he's estimated to be 13 to 20 pounds. And then Michael here, he is estimated to be 11 to 17 pounds. And that's based off of their parents.
You're just so much fun. You're so much fun. Well, she's that toy.
Mike wants to know, is crate training important?
Crate training enough. There's a lot of opinions on crate training, but honestly, this is a safe space for your puppy. If the crate's introduced correctly, we feed meals in this crate, we play crate games. This is a positive place for your puppy to be and wants to be in. It's almost like their cave, their safe space that they can retreat to. With puppies too, it's a safety thing. You have to run out for an errand. You're not going to leave your toddler without diapers, just with 4 paws running around your house with wires and rugs and everything they can chew and pee on. It's there for them. And so we don't want them to get a hold of something they're not supposed to. We don't want them to regress in potty training because they have free range to pee wherever they want. Typically puppies don't want to go potty in places where they eat and sleep. So that's what that crate's used for. We're learning bladder control, potty training, safety, independence training. I mean, it's great. Let's say you're home all the time. Oh, I don't need to crate train my puppy. I'm home. It's going to sleep in my bed. That's fine. That is a personal preference. But let's say down the line in a year or two, you want to go on a vacation or you have, a family emergency that you have to leave for. You have to board your puppy out of that or a boarding place. They have to know that they're comfortable in a crate. This is also a comfortability thing. Even if you don't plan to crate your puppy at home, you want them to start off right when you get them comfortable in a crate so that they're comfortable later on into adulthood if they do ever need to be crated. So it's a great tool overall. It's great.
Absolutely. And I feel like, honestly, since learning from you, I think that's one of the biggest things that I've learned is the crate not being their prison, but their space.
Exactly.
And I don't think I knew like the importance of crate training before working here. And then I love it. Like I think I said this last live, like when you walk into Jackie's training kennel, that it's like you can hear a pin drop. Like the puppies are quiet, they're content, and it's like they know that like they're in their space, even when they're having playpen time and that independent playtime. It's amazing, and it honestly changed the way that I think about raising pups now, for sure.
They do love their spaces. It's their happy place.
Let's see. All right, and then Mandy said, "How long does training usually take?"
Well, per day or per puppyhood, because usually per day, what you'll want to do is very short training sessions. I mean, your puppy's going to be learning throughout their whole life. We can go through the different phases. We can go through the first year of your puppy's life, but they're going to continually be learning, and you do have to continuously repeat and be consistent with your training. I mean, throughout puppyhood and adulthood, just teaching them how you want them to behave. I think starting out a puppy this old, 8 to 15 weeks, I think we have joining us today. 2 to 3 5-minute training sessions throughout the day is all you need. Puppies have the ability to retain information like adult dogs, just in short bursts of time, because their attention span is 2 to 5 minutes tops. That's it. If you're doing a training session for 10 minutes and they just stop listening, they're done. They're done. You're frustrated. They're not learning. It's time to end the training session. And so very short bursts. And if you stick around towards the end of this live, very shortly, I'm actually bringing a couple of my training puppies from our training kennel, and we're going to walk through how I teach them how to sit. So we're gonna do a live training session here today, which will be super fun.
Oh, that is fun.
Yes.
Oh, okay. NT says, "What about leashes? What do you guys recommend for puppies? Harnesses, collars?"
Harnesses. We will only harness train here. In training, you have more control with a harness on. With a collar, their necks are little. Their trachea is right there. Their trachea is still growing. So, if you have a puppy that wants to go and pull, that collar's pulling right on that bad spot right there. So harnesses always for young puppies.
Hey, thank you.
He said, "I'm just ready for a nap."
Right.
Hi, Michael. If you're just joining us, I'm Jacqueline. I'm the head trainer here at the club.
And I am Jasmine. I am one of our adoption specialists. And I just heard that knock. So I think it is time for us to introduce some new babies.
Puppy reset time. So we'll say bye to Chet and Michael. Say bye. Bye, Michael. He's a playful guy. He'll probably have a lot of fun with you at home. All right, puppies.
All right.
Okay. All right, perfect. So joining us now, we've got a couple teddy bears here. So as I was probably just saying, if you joined our live earlier, probably one of the more stubborn breeds to train, but very sweet and spunky, and they can actually be very smart. So this is Lipton. He's about 10 weeks old. He is a teddy bear, which is a mix, usually between a Shih Tzu and a Bichon. It does look like this guy's an F1B, so it means his mom is a teddy bear and his dad is a Shih Tzu. So he is 3 parts Shih Tzu and 1 part Bichon. He's estimated to be about 9 to 14 pounds, so he'll stay pretty small, and he's currently only 4 pounds. See, I'm 4 pounds. Oh, hi, Barbie.
Alrighty, and this is Lipton's brother, Mr. Llama. Hi. How you doing? So Llama is also 10 weeks, estimated to be 9 to 14 pounds. Both of them are the same weight right now as well, so they're both 4 pounds. And the same mom and dad. They're little mates. And dad. You see? Right.
Oh. You want to hang out with your brother? Yeah.
So I know you mentioned the teddy bears being a little bit more headstrong in
Yes,
training.
that's a good one.
How do you get through those little stubborn kinks in training for pups that are, you know, they have the minds to learn, they can grasp it, they just don't want to?
Lots of patience. I can't stress that patience is key to training. I mean, if you have your pup for a 5-minute training session and you're not making any progress, play with your puppy. Give it a break. Reset. Come back at a different time. I also always know to have an abundance of different flavors of treats on hand. So yes, one treat might work for the majority of the puppy, and we can talk about treats too. But what's going to grab their focus? What's going to be so motivating for them that they want to sit for that treat? They want to come when called. They want to follow you on a leash. And so treats are just really important. Obviously, we use the brand called Pure Bites here, which is a freeze-dried treat. They come in all different flavors: beef, chicken, salmon, cheese. But sometimes when you got a really headstrong pup that's not grabbing their attention, cut up really small pieces of a hot dog, very small pieces, and they're like, "Ooh, that's a hot dog. I get that when I go potty outside." And it's just an extra special treat for them to continue their training.
I love it. Find something the baby likes.
Exactly.
Tom said, "Are freeze dried really better? They are so expensive."
You get what you pay for, the quality. You know, it's the single ingredient treat that's very low in calories. I mean, I have a bag here I can show you. You know, training treats are supposed to be low in calories so that you can keep treating your puppy for you to continue what you want them to do. I mean, on average, a treat is only 3 calories. So I can even bring up this bag and show you how small you can make one of these treats. These are the chicken-free Pure Bite treats we have here. So let's say you pull out this treat. Here we go. This is 3 calories. You can break this into 3 or 4 little tiny pieces. You know, that's nothing. That way you can consistently keep treating for a training session, even if it's 10 or 15 little pieces of treats while you're teaching them how to sit. They're not gonna, you know, it's not gonna affect their stool because it's a single ingredient treat. You're not gonna overfeed them because of how low in calories they are. They're really, really great.
Pure Bites. Yes. How do you feel about the like the freeze dried treats, the Pure Bites versus like the training treats? Because I know that in stores they have like the specific treats to training.
They're all the same. It's just what kind of ingredients do you want in your treat? You know, if you're looking at an ingredient bag, maybe it says puppy training treat, and you flip it over and there's 8, 9 different kinds of ingredients in it. It could affect your puppy's stool. You know, introducing a new flavor or all these new different ingredients,
That makes
it could
sense.
upset their belly. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hello, kids. Hi.
Dave said, "What about food? What do you guys recommend? Got a puppy from you a few months back."
Our vet recommended is Royal Canin. They like that brand. I mean, very comparable to Royal Canin is Purina Pro Plan. I know a lot of vets will also recommend Science Hill's diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Royal Canin. I love, like, they have so many different foods tailored to
Yes.
the exact dog that you have.
Breed specific.
I love that. I love that.
That is good. If you want poodle specific, puppy food, they've got it.
Yes, that is awesome. Makes you think like with these different breeds. I know we send home like our clients with the small breed pup food because we work with small breeds. But it does kind of make you think about like foods that do only have one thing. How could it be tailored to each pup? Like what a German Shepherd needs is obviously probably not what a Cavalier needs.
Exactly.
So it's really nice.
Absolutely.
Just thinking.
And of course, just stick around for the end of this video because we're gonna also have that live training session on teaching pups how to sit from our pups here in the training program, which should be super fun.
Yes, I'm excited to see that firsthand.
Oh, it's great.
Since I am on the phone, usually I don't get to have much time watching the pups be trained. So I am very excited to be a part of that.
It's very rewarding, and a good tip for everyone to know is training builds confidence. So if you're teaching a puppy how to sit, you're not forcing them down to sit. They're doing it all on their own. And so if they're doing something on their own for a treat, that's going to grow confidence in them and say, oh, I did something by myself. You know, it's just a natural way for puppies to grow confidence. And a lot of the time, let's say you put maybe a little nervous puppy in training. They go through 2 weeks of training. You come back to pick them up, you'll see probably a much more confident puppy, which is the goal. You always want a confident puppy.
Nori says, are you going to ever have larger breeds available? I know right now the largest breed that we have is like the mini golden doodle or mini Bernedoodle. Those usually can get up to 50 pounds or so. So usually those are like a medium-sized breed. And then as far as bigger breeds, every now and then we have golden retrievers. And I believe we do expect some for around Christmas time because a lot of people want those Christmas babies. So I believe we do have some of those in the works. BH says, what's the worst part about training?
Oh, I don't think there's a bad part. It's just patience, really. If you can have like a patient, patience with your pup, that's the biggest thing. I mean, maybe come on, wanna go see people? Maybe the hardest thing, because puppies are born social animals. They're born social. They like a pack. They're always with their litter mates. The very first time that they leave their litter mates and we start crate training and independence training, they can protest. Being alone is a trained behavior. And so maybe the most difficult part is just letting them cry out, just because we have to teach them that doesn't get them attention. So probably that. They just have to learn that they're okay alone and that they get attention when they're quiet.
What are you doing?
I think Michael was a more playful pup in our
He
last
definitely
pup
was.
set.
He definitely was.
Oh, I know. It's okay.
The poodle definitely gives the pups a little bit more spunk. Our
I
poodle
agree.
makes it.
I agree. We got some chill guys here today with us.
Got some tail wagging action
Good.
though.
Are you happy?
I'm happy.
I know. I know.
Well, they're sitting on their own, so I didn't have to teach them anything.
They already know this. We already know that.
You guys are good sitters. Yeah.
Hi.
You want another close up? Maybe. Oh, hi, you're getting more confident. Good boy. Good boy.
I mean, we can talk about maybe some tools that might be beneficial for training. Maybe in a little bit. Basically, what we're talking about today is a lot of training tips. I'm trainer Jackie here at the dog club. If you're on our socials, go ahead and hop over to our actual website so that you can interact. I've got Jasmine, our adoption specialist, here with me today too. And we're just talking about all puppy training. So any quick training questions you guys have, feel free to send them over. What I want to talk about next is a couple tools we can use, which are very beneficial. And so let's say, yes, we're talking about stubborn puppies, right? A couple tools that you can get. One of this thing is a clicker. I'm sure everyone's heard of clicker training. Basically, what you're teaching is the sound of a clicker means a treat is coming after. So anything that your puppy does well, you'll click and treat. That way they're going to be listening for that sound and they connect. Clicker means treat. Here in training, it's basically called marking the behavior. So they sat, click, treat. Here in training, I kind of like my hands free. I have a treat pouch. I have treats in my hand. And so I'll use this if absolutely necessary. But the marking behavior sound that I use is yes. So let's say puppy sat, you say sit, they sit, you say yes, treat. So yes, treat. You obviously want a very special marker of that behavior, not just, oh, good girl, because you come home and you tell their puppy, your puppy that they're being a good girl or a good boy. And so that's not an extra special marking the behavior sound. And so you want an extra special sound for them to realize yes means they did what you were asking and they got a treat for it. So clickers and marking words are fantastic. The other thing I'll use here is a target stick, not necessarily for commands, but it comes in handy for leash walking. And so what it is, it extends. That way, if you are leash walking, you don't have to continuously bend down, which hurts your back, walking your puppy on a leash. You have to continuously tell them that this is a positive thing and treat them for walking next to your side. And so sometimes what we do is we take our target stick, we smear a bunch of peanut butter on the end of your target stick, and you basically just walk like this, make it a fun little thing for them. Oh, what's that? To want to engage with. And then when they follow it, they get a lick of peanut butter. And
That's cute.
it's great. I mean, it's fantastic. I've seen trainers train commands with it. I like kind of getting down on the ground, being level with your puppy. I don't necessarily like standing over and using it for a command. But a couple tools you can get if your pup's being a little bit stubborn. Clicker and a target stick.
Let's see. Ron asked, how many times does a pup need to do something correct for you to feel comfortable that he's ready?
Oh, I mean, usually once they get it, once they realize, oh, my bottom went down for a treat, they repeat it. It can take a couple training sessions, maybe 2 to 3 5-minute long training sessions. But once you bring that treat out and keep reintroducing, oh, sit, yes, sit, yes, they're going to remember. They remember, they hold on to that. And so repetition is key. I mean, pups can grasp sit here in a couple days.
Nice.
It's great.
I know a lot of times people will call and ask what to expect from training, with them being able to book anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks. So can you touch on kind of what 2 weeks looks like, 4 weeks, 6 weeks?
Of course, that's a great question. So 2 weeks on introduction. Basically, if you don't know where to start, this is the program that you want to start your puppy in. You've never had a puppy before, you don't even know what to do. For 2 weeks, we are setting them up on a schedule, a routine, teaching them that they get a treat for going potty outside. We'll be getting them on scheduled meal times to help regulate that potty habit. We start that introduction to them being alone, so independence training and crate training. We'll get them comfortable on harness so they know that it's not a scary thing. That is a big part of that, leash training, is how comfortable are they going to be on a harness. We don't want them to freeze up. We don't want them biting it. We want them to know that this is a positive thing. And I'm going to touch base with that back at that question because it's puppy reset time. So we're going to say bye to Lipton and Llama and grab our next two. Can you tell me?
Yes.
Say bye. Bye.
All righty. Let's introduce our new babies. We have Miss Gracie. She's a Cavachon. Look, you see? Yeah, looky there. She is currently 15 weeks, right now 6.5 pounds roughly, and estimated to be 15 to 18 pounds. Mom was a 15-pound Bichon, and Dad an 18-pound Cavalier. Come on, puppies.
And if you're just joining us, these are actually puppies that are currently in our training program. So Pippa and Gracie have been with us for about, I want to say 2 weeks now, or 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So these guys have already had some training in them. And so, hi, Gracie. I know you know me. So Pippa is a Cavapoo. She is so cute. Hi, Pippa. She's about 14 weeks old. She's currently 4.7 pounds, estimated to be between 10 and 17 pounds. Hi, Gracie. Hi, Pippa. Hi, girls. Yes, what is it? You want to go play? Come on. Come on. I'll kind of explain the rest of the weeks of training here, and then we'll get into this training session real quick. So 2 weeks is an introduction, harness, crate training, potty training. And also an introduction to all their basic commands. So we introduce all 3 commands in those first 2 weeks. It's just an introduction. So sit, lay down, and come. They're learning to put their bottom down for a treat. They're learning to lay down flat for a treat, and they're learning to come when called for a treat. Hi, girls. 3 weeks, we'll focus more heavily on leash walking and potty training. We see a lot of the commands start to click in that 3rd week. Sitting on command, not just guiding them, but actually sitting. 4th week is a desensitizing week where we desensitize things like staircases, umbrellas, different textures, thunderstorm noises, fireworks, doorbells, vacuum. It's really important for puppy growth, to have that positive introduction to all those normal things, yes, that they could be scared of into adulthood. Pippa, hi, good girl. Basically 5 and 6 weeks is more obedience commands. So once we know all their basics are set between week 1 and 4, we'll focus more on stay. We've been introducing place, which is a really good command for your puppy to learn. Yes. So more obedience the last 2 weeks. Usually get a pretty good potty trained, crate trained puppy by then too.
Nice.
Absolutely. So here's the fun part. If you're just joining us, we're about to do a live training session. I'm trainer Jackie here at the club. These are 2 of our puppies in our training program right now, a Cavapoo and a Cavachon. Both very smart girls. And so what we'll do is we'll grab our chicken treats here.
They know what that is.
They do.
He already said, I'll sit.
Yes. Do you want to hold Gracie for me so she doesn't interrupt our training session? A really important part of training sessions is when to do a training session. Come here, Pippa. You want to show them your skills? Sit. Yes. I'm sure you heard the marking the behavior. Good girl. Yes. This is my command for sit. Finger pointer up. I've got treat in hand here. So you want to ask her to sit. Bottom goes down. All 4 paws are on the ground. Yes. Yes, treat. And let's lay down. You're so smart. But when to do a training session? Tire them out. They're hungry. So before a mealtime. And then also in a quiet room. So you don't want to do a training session with a bunch of distractions around because they're not going to focus on you. They want to chase leaves and butterflies and watch cars go by and the kids are running by. They're not going to listen to you. They want to be a part of the action. So sit. Yes. Good girl. I know you want to lay down after it. Good sit. You're very smart. So also it's very important, to know when to do a training session. Puppy's hungry, puppy's not having excessive energy, or they're not tired. They didn't just wake up from a nap and they're waking up. Yes. So you'll grab your treat in hand, you'll do your hand signal. My cue word is sit. Yes. So she sat bottom on the ground and all 4 paws are on the ground too. She's not jumping up at my hands. Good girl. Sit. Yes. And yes is my marking the behavior, telling her that she just did what I'm asking her to do and a treat follows. Pippa, you want to do one more and let Gracie have a chance? Sit. Yes, that was a good sit. Good girl. Good job. And I'll do that for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then we can end the training session with fun, with a toy. Yeah. Good job, Pippa. You want to do lay down maybe? Sit. Yes. Down. Oh, yes. Good girl. She's super smart. You want to give Gracie a turn?
Hi, Pippa. I know you like treats.
Say yes.
The pure bites can be a little messy, as I'm sure you can see. See, I vacuum after every training session.
Come here, Pippa.
And Benji just asked, what's the hardest trick you taught a pup?
Ooh. I've taught rollover, which is hard, but it's actually really rewarding because once they get it, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. One time I taught a Bishapoo how to spin, and all you did is this, and they spun around in a circle for a treat on command. That was awesome. Stay is hard because they do want to follow you. You know, you're trying to get them to hold their sit position and stay while you walk away. And puppies, they want to please and they want to be with you. So they chase you. And so stay can be hard. But that's why that's more practiced in that 5 and 6 weeks. Sit. Yes. 5 and 6 weeks because they have the basics already instilled in them. So little Gracie, she's doing very well. She wants to play instead.
Gracie, Gracie.
Sit. Yes. So this is exactly what you'll do at home. You know, a lot of the times what we're gonna do is I can help. Is you're almost making like a rainbow with your hand. And so you'll
Gracie, Gracie. Gracie, 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 Gracie.
he wants to play. You'll start with the treat right at their nose and bring it straight up. Sit. Yes. That way they look up and their bottom naturally goes down. That way you can start treating and saying yes once their bottom hits the floor. So that's how you introduce it.
Okay, again.
Sit. Yes. Good girl. That's a good girl.
I saw you laying down.
Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. That was fast. Down can be tricky. Down requires confidence because puppies, you know, they feel insecure if they're completely laying flat on the ground. They're a little bit more vulnerable than, you know, being up and ready for action. And so down can be a tricky one. And so if your pup is a little bit less confident, sit. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. They won't grasp down as fast. Just because they have a little bit more confidence to be built. Yeah. Sit. Yes. Yes, Gracie. Good job.
It looks like Stephanie asked, at what age should my puppy be completely housebroken?
Ooh, that depends per puppy. I'd say, so puppies don't have full bladder control until at least 4 months old. That's when you can start expecting a little bit more from them. That's when you can expect them to hold their potty, alert that they have to go out, and then wait for you to take them outside. A lot of the times puppies before 4 months, they don't know they have to go until they're actively going. They're squatting and they're going and they don't know what they just did. So for that actual bladder control, at least 4 months old, but probably more between 6 and 8 months old for a fully potty trained puppy. Of course, during that time where they get spayed or neutered between 6 and 9 months, they can actually have a little bit of a potty training regression just because of the rush of hormones that go through them. So just wait till that phase is over and stay consistent.
Perfect.
Gracie, Gracie. What's that? Hi, Pippa. Yes. Hi, Pippa.
How often would you say, like at the beginning of training for housebreaking and potty training, how often do you think they should be taking their pup out?
Yes, that depends what they're doing. So within 20 minutes of them being active or eating. So within 20 minutes, and that could mean 5 minutes after for some puppies, 15 minutes after for some puppies, or at tops most 20 minutes. So within 20 minutes of them having a meal, having a training session, or a play session. So if you're pushing past 20 minutes and your dog's been active and they just ate and we just learned sit, they're going to go on the floor very soon. So right now we do preventative potty breaks, which just means getting them outside before they realize they have to go, and then rewarding them for going where we want them to, which is typically outside. Yeah. 20 minutes if they're active, hour to hour and a half if they're settled, which means calm, relaxed, nap, playpen time, hour and a half. If they're in their crate, because they typically don't want to go potty where they're sleeping, it's a little bit longer. So there's a good rule that you can follow if your pup's in your crate. Your puppy can hold their bladder for 1 hour plus their age in months. So if these girls are 3 months old, they can hold it resting or napping for about 4 hours. So if you have to leave the house for an appointment, they're good 4 hours tops in that crate during the day.
Would you use that same rule at night?
Depends how active your puppy was during the day. A tired puppy is a good puppy, and because our training program runs from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night, a lot of our pups actually do sleep through the night because of how active they were during the day.
Nice.
So if you're home and you can train and you can do preventative potty breaks and they're engaged and they're working on busy toys and training sessions and they have a good routine, some pups sleep through the night, which is a good blessing. You get sleep.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's one of my biggest questions that people ask is like, when is the puppy going to sleep through the night?
So if you're doing it by the bladder control rule, 6 months, because that's 8 hours, 7 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stephanie asks, I'm thinking of getting my daughter a puppy for Christmas. Will you have any available? Absolutely. Absolutely. We plan to have poodle mixes, also like the Cavaliers, Havanese. We plan to have a good many pups coming in for Christmas. I know as far as when they'll be posted, definitely start checking in November. If you're looking for a smaller breed like these Cavapoos, they should be posted towards the end of November, like the 3rd or 4th week. But definitely feel free to give us a call if you have any questions about adopting a Christmas puppy with us. We're happy to help, and we can give you more specific information based off the breed that you're looking for.
I'm sure you can see these girls are just sitting for attention, which is why I'm going to keep treating them, because puppies will always repeat behaviors they get attention and treats for. So when she sits on her own, treat her. Keep treating her. She'll keep doing it. Yes. So I didn't even ask her to do it, but I'm going to give her a treat. Sit. Yes. Good girls.
You guys could do a training session together.
Yeah.
Like we're ready.
Yeah. They're good. They're good pups. Cavachons and Cavapoos. I mean, obviously you can tell they're probably acting about the same. They're very similar. I'd probably say maybe Cavachons can be a little bit more laid back, but I think we've got a chill Cavapoo here too.
Yes, you very chill.
They're so cute.
You going up to the camera? Yeah? What's going on, girls?
Those pretty ears. Cute. You said both of these pups have been in the training program for about 2 weeks.
3 weeks, these girls. 3 weeks, yes.
Oh, there they found
They
it.
found the camera.
Come here, Gracie. Come here, Gracie.
Good girl. As you can probably see, Pip is a little bit better at come than Gracie.
It happens. It happens. We're learning.
Perfect. Well, absolutely. Thanks for joining us today for our live. It was super fun to talk about training this week. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call.
Bye, guys.
Hi, girlie.